There are sort of a few principles that I would like to see not abandoned. He's made a commitment to having it actually be universal, meaning that if not 100% of people are covered, because getting to 100% is always very difficult, that we have made it possible for 100% of the people to have health insurance if they want it, and that we have I think it's very important that we have a public provider competing with the private providers. I think it keeps everybody a little honest if that happens. And I'd like to see us make certain that we're not making that we're making wise choices about the use of our money. Not often you see it that we're discussing who we're not going to give services to, or the limitations on the kinds of services people can get. I'd rather see us try to be more efficient in other areas. And I think by being more efficient in other areas, by using screenings more aggressively, we're going to catch diseases earlier before they become more expensive, in addition to being more debilitating, and that will keep the cost down, rather than saying to people, we're not going to cover you in end-of-life decisions, or we're not going to cover you on this rare condition.
Why is it so hard to get something like this through?
Well, I think that's part of the risk that President Obama took when he handed it over to Congress, is that they would start compromising with themselves before we ever got a bill. I hope that doesn't happen. I think there are enough people who have made promises to their constituents that I hope I am still a devoted wife and mother. But when I agreed to write this book, it was because I thought that it was important to say to people who are struggling, and we have so many across the country in lots of different ways, with not just the loss of a loved one or a disease or marital issues, but jobs and houses and things, their life just not turning out the way they planned, that it was worth writing and talking about the things that that happened to you, and what at least one person did, one person whose name they might know, if they're paying very close attention, did when those things happened to her life. I didn't know about John's conduct when I decided to write the book, and almost didn't write it. And then I thought, well, isn't that exactly opposite what I'm trying to say here? And that is that you have to face it, you have to accept it, and recognize your life has changed. I tried, and those people I think who've read it have recognized this, I tried to be as discreet as possible and stay honest in my description of not what my husband did, but about how I reacted.